We turn now to new inflation numbers. They've just been released, and it shows inflation rose by more than expected in March by 0.4%, and it's up 3.5% since this time last year. ABC News correspondent Elizabeth Schulze is here for more. So, Elizabeth, what is the overall impact of this new report? Does it really confirm what many Americans have been feeling, the squeeze in their wallets, the cost of groceries, everything?
Do you take any blame for inflation, Mr. President?
Am I taking blame for inflation? No.
Why not?
Because it was already there when I got here, man. Remember what the economy was like when I got here?
This is not super complicated. If the government could just issue massive amounts of money and have and deficits didn't matter, then why don't we just make the deficit 100 times bigger? But the answer is you can't, because it will basically turn the dollar into something that is worthless. And various countries have tried this experiment multiple times. It's not like, oh, I wonder what happened if this is done.
Yeah.
Have you seen Venezuela? The poor people of Venezuela have been just run roughshod by their government. So obviously you can't simply create money.
I never said money was bad. I respect any kind of religion, no matter how slavish it might be. Didn't realize, huh? Well, don't blow a gasket on me or anything. Chill, okay? Ready? Money is God. And you thought that religion was just for Christians, Buddhists, shamans. Of course it isn't. You're not that stupid. In this day and age, the only universal religion is money. The different currencies are like Catholicism, Protestantism, Judaism, Buddhism.
I came to Rome when it was a city of stone, and left it a city of marble.
Look, in essence, money is your God. Everyone believes in it, it's the source of everything, and it can even work miracles from time to time. Wow. This God has apostles, millionaires, whose sacred lives you examine with such enthusiasm. Each of you regularly takes the sacrament of communion, receiving an envelope that contains a piece of the holy flesh.
The philosopher George Santayana stated that those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. And in the modern day, we are committing a massive economic blunder which has brought ruin to countless past societies. Central banks are inflating our money supplies at rates that could bring about the collapse of our economy and pull down civilization with it. Using the example of ancient Rome, we will explore the destructive effects of a policy of inflation. No matter how modest or benign it may seem at first, an inflationary policy is always fatal in the long run. It has been tried many times and has always failed. It does not solve the problems of the society. It aggravates them and leads inexorably on towards self-destruction. Inflation is defined in several ways. Some use it to refer to a rise in the general level of prices, or what can be called price inflation. Others use it to refer to an increase in the supply of money issued by a government or a central bank, which is called monetary inflation.
Will now feature one of the first non-inflationary cryptocurrencies. I came, I saw, I conquered.
Or as the 20th century economist Ludwig von Mises explains, prices are going up because there is an additional quantity of money asking, searching for a not increased quantity of commodities. And the newspapers or the theorists call the higher prices inflation. But the inflation is not the higher prices. The inflation is the new money pumped into the market. It is this new money that then inflates the prices. In the early Republic of Rome, the Roman state engaged in a policy of territorial expansion. And with each conquest of a neighboring region, the state plundered the defeated empire's treasury and increased its own hoard. However, after suffering defeat against the Germans in 980, Emperor Augustus terminated the policy of expansion, and the flow of wealth from foreign lands ceased.